The Gift. Chapter 2, The First Warnings. John Anderson's recovery from the lightning strike was nothing short of miraculous. After 3 weeks in a coma, he awoke to a world that felt both familiar and strangely new. The doctors marveled at his progress, but John knew something profound had changed within him. The divine encounter with Jesus lingered in his mind, and the tingling sensation in his hands hinted at the extraordinary gift he had been given. Returning home, John was eager to test his newfound ability further. The experience with Mrs. Thompson had been both enlightening and overwhelming, confirming that his gift was real. The incident with Mike had proven its potential to save lives. But he knew he needed to learn more about how to control and manage the visions that now filled his life. One evening, John decided to visit his local community center. He had volunteered there occasionally in the past, helping with food drives and community events. It seemed like the perfect place to continue testing his abilities in a controlled environment. As he walked through the doors, he was greeted warmly by the center's director, Carol. "John! It's so good to see you up and about. We were all so worried about you." John smiled, shaking her hand. "Thanks. I'm feeling much better now." The moment their hands touched, John was hit with another vision. He saw Carol in a hospital room, comforting her teenage son who had been in a serious car accident. The vision was intense, filled with Carol's fear and determination to stay strong for her son. He pulled his hand away, trying to keep his expression neutral. "Is everything okay?" Carol's smile faltered slightly. "Oh, just the usual busy days." "Why do you ask?" John decided to take a chance. "I had a feeling." "Something about your son?" Carol's eyes widened. "How did you know?" "He was in a car accident last month. He's still recovering, but it's been tough." John nodded, feeling the weight of her emotions. "I'm sorry to hear that. If there's anything I can do to help, please let me know." As the evening progressed, John interacted with more people at the center. Each touch brought a new vision, revealing private struggles and hidden fears. He saw a single mother worried about losing her job, an elderly man struggling with loneliness, and a young woman battling a secret addiction. The constant barrage of emotions was exhausting, but John remained committed to his mission. One particularly poignant encounter occurred with a young girl named Lily. She couldn't have been more than 8 years old, with bright eyes and an infectious smile. She ran up to John, holding out a picture she had drawn. "Look, Mr. Anderson. I drew this for you." John took the picture, their hands brushing briefly. Instantly, he was transported into Lily's world. He saw her sitting alone in her room, tears streaming down her face as she clutched a worn-out teddy bear. Her parents were arguing loudly in the next room, their voices filled with anger and resentment. John knelt down to her level, his heart aching for the little girl. "This is beautiful. Thank you so much." Lily beamed, oblivious to the vision John had seen. "You're welcome." As he watched her run off to join her friends, John felt a deep sense of responsibility. These people needed help, and he had been given the power to provide it. But the emotional toll was heavy, and he wondered how long he could sustain it. That night, as John lay in bed, he reflected on the day's events. The visions were becoming more frequent and intense, and he knew he needed to find a way to manage them. He decided to seek guidance from God, the only source he trusted completely. John knelt by his bed, his hands clasped in prayer. "Lord, please give me the wisdom to understand and control this gift you have given me. Show me how to use it to help others without losing myself in the process. I need your guidance and strength to fulfill the purpose you have set before me." As he prayed, a sense of peace and clarity washed over him. He felt a renewed connection to his faith, and the constant hum of emotions began to fade. John knew that with God's help, he could manage the challenges that lay ahead. The next morning, John woke with a renewed sense of purpose. He continued to pray daily, asking for wisdom and strength. Each prayer brought him closer to understanding his gift and how to use it effectively. He found solace in his faith, knowing that he was not alone in this journey. With renewed determination, John continued to embrace his gift, learning to balance the blessings and burdens it brought. He reached out to those in need, offering solace and guidance wherever he could. Each vision, each encounter, reinforced his sense of purpose and deepened his faith. One evening, as John was leading the community center, he noticed a woman sitting alone on a bench, her face etched with worry. She looked up as he approached, her eyes filled with desperation. "Excuse me," she said, her voice trembling. "Are you John Anderson? The one with the gift?" John nodded. "Yes, that's me. How can I help you?" Tears welled up in the woman's eyes. "My brother has been missing for months. The police have given up, but I can't. Please, can you help me find him?" John felt a pang of sympathy and reached out, gently taking her hand. The vision came immediately, showing her brother trapped in an abandoned building, scared but alive. He realized that his gift had expanded. Not only could he see the lives of those he touched, but he could also see their loved ones if their thoughts and emotions were strong enough. This realization was both thrilling and daunting. His gift was growing, and with it, his responsibility. "I know where he is. He's alive, and we can find him." With John's guidance, the woman contacted the authorities, and they were able to locate her brother. He was weak but safe, and the reunion brought tears of joy to the woman's eyes. As John walked home that night, he felt a deep sense of fulfillment. He knew that the road ahead would be challenging, but he was ready to face it with faith and determination. Guided by the divine purpose bestowed upon him, John Anderson continued to embrace his gift, using it to help those in need and bring light into the darkest corners of their lives.